So here we are back in Europa Universalis 4 in Sweden. We continue our quest to strengthen ourselves, consolidate Africa and stretch out to India. That would be quite cool if we could pull it off. At the moment the world situation is not all fantastic for us. There's the issue with just wait for our ships to reunite. There's the issue that we lost Lithuania, and so Russia is continuously a big threat to us in the east. And of course the big blobs that are slowly developing in Europe, Austria, France, Castile, and the colonial power of Portugal is actually threatening our Caribbean holdings. So that's all a bit of an issue. So it's important that we maintain our allies. At the moment they're Bohemia and Britain, and we're going to consider some sort of alliance with Brandenburg as well, if we're able to. We need to get as many allies as we can. It would be good to expand and take over places like Norway, but for now that doesn't seem very likely. Perhaps we can diplomatically annex them later. So we could spare no expenses. We could just use caution. We don't need that much more diplomatic power at the moment. We could boost our stability up to 3, but I don't think it's necessary. Let's flick through our other options. So our military maintenance is still high, but if we can get our force limit up, that will come down a lot. And we also want to expand our navy by a fair amount when we get the opportunity. So at the moment we're working on our oh, we can build another ship. Trying to keep our trade power high in the Baltic because that will increase our income from trade. We can recall that diplomat. Then we can arrange a royal marriage. I don't think we have one with Brandenburg at the moment. When's he going to be back? 6 days. It's ticking down, but we'll soon have him. Fantastic. And this ship's complete. Of course this fleet has a galleon in it, but I guess we want to keep that with them in order to protect it. Oh, gained Calabar, that's good. Which means we can start converting it. Our army station there should be able to handle a revolt if one does come. Okay, so we want that royal marriage. We've got one. Can improve our relations with Brandenburg, always useful. And then we can ally with them once it gets high enough. Sadly the network of alliances at the moment doesn't favour us expanding anywhere really. So it's just continuous consolidation for us. Because we've got that pricey advisor as well, that's cutting into our income quite a lot, but it is helping us to tech up, which is very important at the moment. Got more men than we need in Madagascar, but they'll be forwarded on when we need to, probably to get this Chagos island. These nations are all quite vulnerable due to being technologically behind in the period in question, but we can't really take advantage of that at the moment. They're all busy at the moment. So as our trade power comes up, oh wait a second. Oh no, we want to stay. I thought he was heading into the west. Oh, he is heading into the Western Baltic. So our trade's currently about a third of our income, which is respectable. We could still do some more. We should try and push up our prestige if we can. The larger our trade power, the larger our share of money coming into our coffers. That's the important thing. Meanwhile, this guy's about to be finished. And maybe we'll see if Brandenburg's willing to ally with us. It might well drag us into some wars, but it could be worth it. Okay. Things are pretty peaceful. I guess we're waiting for some wars to shake things up, break some of the alliances, allow us to make some more progress. Sadly, we can't seem to convert any of these provinces. I don't know how long it takes for nationalism to go away. We may find out later. So in the meantime, we'll just speed along, waiting for an opportunity. Now, we can recall our diplomat. They will accept an alliance, so that would be good. I think we will go in for that. Hopefully that will be enough allies to keep us safe. So we've got any other co-religionists we might want to ally with? It looks like, strangely enough, Portugal is for some reason a Protestant power. It's a bit surprising. But I guess we could offer them an alliance as well. There we go. It's costing us a bit in terms of diplomacy. Probably want to decrease our current attachments. Let's see what we've got. Anything on the list we don't need. Oh, we can aid the natives, that doesn't cost too much. So currently we have 4 alliances, trade power, protectorate, 4 royal marriages, military access. None of those we really want to cancel just yet, so we'll just have to wait. These guys are still rising up. Even though we're showing our beneficence. We're keeping our military level high just because I feel like there's a high chance of revolt at the moment. Oh, our ship costs are down. Might as well grab a galleon. Maybe 2. Oh, they're cheap. We're probably not going to push our claim on Kola, just because I'm not fighting with Russia. Far too powerful. Hopefully our allies won't fight each other even though they're quite close together. That's the only issue. Because these 3 guys all have some tension with each other. Hopefully it'll just be a war with Austria or something like that. Ah, we've fully taked up military. Quantity ideas. So that should bring up our force limit and bring down the costs. Yeah, we're now up to our force limit. Perfect. No income's good again. So sometimes taking up military can solve your money problems. Always a good thing to keep an eye out for. So we've stabilised the economic situation with that. Got decent enough manpower again. What's our maximum? Or over our maximum? That's fascinating. we can increase Russia's hatred of us. If we have to fight them, I'm willing to, as long as they're the ones who do the attacking. Otherwise we could look to claim someone else's lands. No one's that inviting though. It's always possible. Oh, that's good. Wow, the border friction with Russia is just getting out of control. I think there's going to be a war. I have to wait till they're busy with someone dangerous. They're currently crushing the Crimea. Topical. Norway, Poland, Bohemia, 2 of my allies now. Denmark, Great Britain, Russia. One of my big allies there as well. So can't really pick a fight with them. I guess we'll have to look for a war with the Indians, maybe invading the south of the country. It's hard to tell how strong they're going to be. Their military is only level 11, but that's not bad. Might be better to pick off someone smaller. Could try and land in Gujarat. We could aim for Bengal. Well, that's a long way off, because we probably need a naval base a bit closer. Because you saw how much damage our fleet took just getting to Africa. Because we don't have any naval bases between... where's our closest port? Probably Bolson, near Skagerrak. Or else we have to cross the entire Caribbean to get to our base in Tortuga. Oh, we gave the house the military access. How strange. At least that brought our diplomacy issue down. Not this action issue, because we seem to be over that again. Don't know why we're so successful diplomatically at the moment. Oh, we converted them. That's good. I'm guessing we can't convert their culture though anyway. Don't know how to cope with nationalism, to be honest. But I guess that's fairly accurate. Oh, so this land up here belongs to the Hausa as well. And that's why we weren't able to put more pressure on them. Oh, we've lost the conquest casus belli against them. That's a bit of a surprise. So there's a rebellion in Fernando Po. Oh, we've lost an advisor. Guess diplomatic or trade efficiency might be good. Diplomatic relations, probably the trade. Gold in Antananarivo. Wow, that's a really good one. I had no idea. That's fantastic. Though it probably will drive up inflation quite a bit. Oh, we sourced some more gold, which is handy. Who's Britain at war with? Ah, the native Indians. France at war with the Ottomans in Tunisia. The Ottomans still look pretty strong. Looks like Tunisia is going to fall to the French though. And I guess they'll then sweep across North Africa. Far enough away not to be a huge threat to us though. Guess we can get our galleons into the main fleet. Maybe order another frigate to round it out. What buildings do we need? Could build a regimental camp. Don't really need the manpower at the moment though. Treasury. That doesn't seem right. Those are native uprisings. How come that a treasury reduces local regiment costs? That's a bit weird. I'm sure it never used to do that. I could build a post office, +3 trade power in Stockholm. Wow, that looks well worth it. We can tech up our admin tech. Build a college and a mint now, both of which sound pretty good. Minus 2% neighbour bonus. Plus 80% on both of those. So our military tech's behind. How can it be behind? I guess it's because we got all the ideas in a row. That's probably the reason. Well, hopefully our expensive advisor will make up the ground on that quite soon. So the Portuguese have all these little islands. It's only a matter of time before they go for this one. So I'm hoping that we get line of sight soon. Then we can colonise it. Our prestige is going down, so we probably need to find some way to boost it up. We've rebuilt the fleet though, with some better vessels. Our trade power should have been increased a fair amount by all that. But it still isn't a huge amount of our income. I suppose we have got gold mines and so on now, taking up more. That's quite a good catch actually, that gold mine. I had no idea that you got gold from Madagascar. Should boost up our cash a lot soon enough. Just checking how much everyone likes us. It's probably worth improving our relations with Poland. And I guess Brandenburg. Our guys seem to be able to cope with the rebels and the natives easily enough at the moment, which is very good. We're a reasonably powerful nation, but not invincible by any stretch of the imagination. So it looks like their tech has gone up quite a lot. I think we're behind them, which is actually really bad. If Russia still has... they're still on Eastern Tech. They are, and we're still behind them. That's really, really bad. We don't want to give Portugal military access. Or we can take the blame for that. Oh, I guess I have to boost it up later. Slaves in Cameroon. That's not that good. I'm not a fan of slaves, really. You just want straight up gold. So Lithuania is in a personal union with France, which just means France defends them. Guess it'll take a while for these people to stop hating us. Oh dear, our prestige is declining rapidly. Probably want to boost it up. So college increases our tax. Fair enough. Not really what I would have thought. Apparently we're now a rival of Luango. Well, we seem to have consolidated the former Kingdom of Congo. Might be worth wiping them out. Maybe once we've colonised Gabon, we can finish them off, or at least humiliate them. I see Portugal are eyeing up the Kilwa. Might be good to seize these if we can. Because expanding in India would probably give us the wealth we need, and it's reasonably secure, being far enough away. Not to be under any threat from the French, who are the ultimate threat, more or less. Portugal would still be a problem, but we could ramp up the fleet to handle it. I guess our current fleet's still very weak, really. It wouldn't take much to expand it. Got our improved ships. Does the merchantman give trade power then? No. You'd have thought it would. So we can decrease the cost of regiments if we build a counting house. So where do we build that military stuff? That's Scotland. Okay. Might as well build that. Might as well increase our trade power around the place. Try and get some off Russia. And just boost some back home. Big building project for our king. Make up for his inactivity otherwise. We've got 30 ships, which isn't bad. Not many big ships in it. Ah, some natives have joined us. It's definitely a plus. Could build another galleon. Another 2 galleons. Just to keep our fleet combat ready. They're protecting trade. We've got 1 heavy ship and 2 light ships with 6 transports down here. Flights are okay, not fantastic, but they're useful for transport, which is their main purpose out here at the ends of the earth. We could upgrade the forts, I suppose. That would allow us to move this army down for war with Luango. Since they have the temerity to declare us as rivals, I'll have to teach them a lesson. Got some men actually recruited out here in Africa at the moment. Some Luanda troops. It's pretty handy. We'll wait for the fort to be finished, then we'll move down. Is it all infantry? 1 cannon, so we could build a cavalry. I think we will. Takes a little while to build. I think it'll come in useful. Can never have too much manpower. It's quite true. There's no penalties for it. Even though you could have like unemployment or something. That'd be an amusing thing for them to add. Russia does look very powerful. Fort's halfway done. Guess we might as well add our ships to the main fleet. Ah, another tech. Take it up fast now. Make up ground on the Russians. It's really important to keep up with that military tech, because if you get behind, you can just be overrun. I mean, Lithuania looked pretty weak actually. But most of the countries around here, 16. Some are 15. Can make all the difference in the big fights if you aren't at the right level. Okay, so we can probably march down now. And then we'll seize Luanda. Could build a couple more. Oh no. Could build a couple more. Yeah. The counting house complete. To treasury. And some more trade depots. Further enhance our trade. We can probably afford the diplomatic power. No, can't afford it at the moment. We'll see if all those trade buildings have boosted our trade percentage of income quite soon. So we'll face this army head on, so for that we're going to need our general. Oh, he's already here. Fantastic. Ah, we haven't got any reason to fight them yet. Guess that means we have to fabricate a claim on the Congo or something. It's not really worth it, I think, but could use it to recruit soldiers in the right area. And it's good to keep our men busy and to continue expanding even in times of relative peace. It's good for our prestige as well. Where's that main fleet? Oh, we should be able to reunite them here. Come on. There we go. Let's get stronger and stronger. How's the fabrication going? %. It's gonna take a while. Ah, the admiral's dead. That's a pity. We'll wait and see which kind of general we want. Does Ceylon have a land bridge? That doesn't look like it. Yeah, we rule. Bizarre. Nice to have a boost to our prestige though. Yeah, we'll seize Loango from these upstarts. Well, actually we're going to seize the Congo, aren't we? From Loango. Ah, the military guy's dead already. I guess force limits. Oh, he's an expensive one. Didn't even notice. That doesn't matter, we can afford it now. And we still need to make up tech a bit. I still feel we're a bit behind the curve. So that should put up our force limits. Yeah, we can have a couple more. We could have a couple more, but we don't really need them. So we built that new fort, so I guess that means all those trade depots should be finished as well. So we can quickly check, see if our 32%, I think it's gone up a little. Not a vast improvement. But every little helps. Since Johan Groot started providing advice for trade developments in Sweden, internal strength, the trade has strengthened. Fair enough. Lost a bit of legitimacy, but we recovered that so fast. We can afford to lose some legitimacy and reclaim it later. Oh, come on. How long does it take to fabricate a claim? 52%. Just takes forever. Our colony is going really slowly at the moment as well. Everything's just grinding along. I guess Antananarivo will be finished relatively soon. And we haven't actually discovered the place we want next. I guess we need an idea which lets us declare war on the infidels, which we don't have yet. Let's see who we do have CB on while we're waiting. CB. CB on Russia. CB on Portugal. CB on the Micmac. CD on the Pequot. CB on the how do you pronounce that? Powhatan? Don't know. I think they're all native Indians though. So not the sort of area we want to get involved with. I'm almost ready to take out a bit of Luango. Tell them to back off. The reason I'm not expanding this way is just to avoid a war with Portugal, which seems increasingly likely. Don't know when their claims are going to wear off. Oh, they are starting to wear off actually. They've still got a claim on Tortuga, but it's not as bad as it was when they had a claim on all three. Alright then. Time to deal with these guys. I have no diplomats to send. I have to wait for that guy to get back. Oh dear. More waiting. It's probably an idea to increase the number of diplomats, and maybe we'll pick that up next. Our next level will get us the new ideas. We can see what we can get. If we build a university, we can bring down our tech costs, which would be fantastic. Guess we could build it somewhere obscure. A testament to our desire for the betterment of the native peoples or something like that. Wasteland, wow. That's harsh. Oh, the king had to die. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Declare war for the Congo. We'll easily take him out, I think. He might move faster than us though. Oh no, we will catch him. Then we can split and siege the Congo, no problem. Yeah, let's split this force. Take the Congo. And that's that. No problem. War's as good as over. What can we build? Oh, there's so many cool buildings which we can't build but would be fantastic to have. Cathedrals, conscription centres, those will all be good. Could build a mint. Only place we can build it is here, unfortunately. Should probably build a treasury somewhere else. Maybe we already have one. It already has a special building, you can only have one. It's always important to bear in mind. Oh, they're sieging us. Ah, fantastic. It's become self-sustaining. But we still can't colonise up there. We can't colonise here. So not much we can do with that at the moment. Could pick up our army though. Probably should. Could bring it back and relieve the siege, at the very least. And maybe claim Gabon while we wait for a better opportunity. We might produce something good. You never know. Ah, lose admin. Prefer to lose the prestige, to be honest. Speaking of which, get the stability back up. Now, who did we not get a royal marriage again to? They all seem to have survived. Thought we would have lost more than that. I guess not. Oh, our fleet takes forever to get there. Should win our siege before they do though, I'd hope. I guess we could march out just to stop them. Bring more men soon. Soon enough. I know they outnumber us considerably, but they are quite a lot of tech behind. I mean, their tech is 6. They're like beyond medieval. I don't remember what medieval tech level was actually. They might actually be beyond it, literally. Okay, we drove them back. Just waiting for the last siege. Guess because it has a gold mine, it's probably worth upgrading the fort. I'll bring this fleet back. Okay. Well, their army disappeared. I guess we ran it down. Oh dear. It's like some Corsair fleet. 5 galleys. Are we going to be okay against that? Probably not. Guess we'll pull back. We could order a couple more frigates. I'd forgotten about the privateer element added in Wealth of Nations. It's very annoying from the Portuguese. Oh well, it encourages us to keep our navy strong. If they dare to face us, we will fight them to the end. Could probably just assault. But it's so close to being done now anyway. Yeah, there's privateers. 5 privateer frigates. Probably could have faced them, but it's better to have better odds, and I wouldn't want to lose our transport fleet, have our men trapped in Madagascar, and no means of moving our troops around till we build another fleet. That'd be very annoying. Ah, we got the Congo. Guess we could annex them. How much money would they actually be able to give us? Not very much anymore. So I guess we'll just annex. Wait a second. I thought we could fully annex them. I wonder why that's not an option. There we go. Get a big A hit, but I mean we're not attacking anyone else, so no harm done. Gives us no inflation. We gain some land. And that will teach them. To make a core, we need to convert this one. So it's going to take him a long time, but it'll be worth it. I guess. Where did that privateer fleet actually go? I guess we won't know for a while. But I'm guessing it's not around the coast, so we can probably risk a little bit of a journey. Our war marriage of Poland has ended. Have to wait for another one. So we need that force so we can start colonising Gabon, I think. And then we'll have pretty much joined up the coast because I think we have military access. Or maybe we don't. Oh well. Guess that's an excuse to finish them off at some point. good to have a solid stretch of coast. Just to make it easier to travel around. Okay. Can bring back our Atlantic squadron. We'll add the frigates soon. Soon enough. I guess we need to not get too many gold places or inflation will get out of control. It's actually not bad at all. What's affecting the inflation? Okay, so as long as our income from other sources is a lot higher than our gold income, it's okay. We need twice as many gold mines for it to be any sort of problem. Could build up to our fleet limit. Guess it's a good point to pause. We'll start building a fleet. Then we can take a breather. So we can afford 4 more ships. There you go. The building project begins. So here we are back in Europa Universalis 4 in Sweden. We continue our quest to strengthen ourselves, consolidate Africa, and stretch out to India. That would be quite cool if we could pull it off. At the moment the world situation is not all fantastic for us. There's the issue with just wait for our ships to reunite. There's the issue that we lost Lithuania, and so Russia is continuously a big threat to us in the east. And of course the big blobs that are slowly developing in Europe, Austria, France, Castile, and the colonial power of Portugal is actually threatening our Caribbean holdings. So that's all a bit of an issue. So it's important that we maintain our allies. At the moment they're Bohemia and Britain. And we're going to consider some sort of alliance with Brandenburg as well. If we're able to. And then we can ally with them once it gets high enough. Sadly the network of alliances at the moment doesn't favour us expanding anywhere really. It's just continuous consolidation for us. Because we've got that pricey advisor as well. That's cutting into our income quite a lot. But it is helping us to tech up. Which is very important at the moment. Got more men than we need in Madagascar. But they'll be forwarded on when we need to. Probably to get this Chagos island. These nations are all quite vulnerable due to being technologically behind in the period in question. But we can't really take advantage of that at the moment. They're all busy at the moment. So as our trade power comes up, oh wait a second. Oh no, we want to stay. I thought he was heading into the west. Oh, he is heading into the Western Baltic. So our trade's currently about a third of our income, which is respectable. We could still do some more. We should try and push up our prestige if we can. The larger our trade power, the larger our share of money coming into our coffers. That's the important thing. Meanwhile, this guy's about to be finished. We need to get as many allies as we can. It'd be good to expand and take over places like Norway, but for now that doesn't seem very likely. Perhaps we can diplomatically annex them later. So we can spare no expenses. We could just use caution. We don't need that much more diplomatic power at the moment. We could boost our stability up to 3, but I don't think it's necessary. Let's flick through our other options. So our military maintenance is still high, but if we can get our force limit up, that will come down a lot. And we also want to expand our navy by a fair amount when we get the opportunity. So at the moment we're working on our... oh, we can build another ship. Trying to keep our trade power high in the Baltic, because that will increase our income from trade. We can recall that diplomat. And we can arrange a royal marriage. I don't think we have one with Brandenburg at the moment. When's he going to be back? 6 days. It's ticking down, but we'll soon have him. Fantastic. And this ship's complete. Of course this fleet has a galleon in it, but I guess we want to keep that with them in order to protect it. Oh, gain Calabar, that's good. Which means we can start converting it. Our army station there should be able to handle a revolt if one does come. Okay, so we want that royal marriage. We've got one. Can improve our relations with Brandenburg, always useful.